Okay, so we're here today. If you want to just state your name for everyone.
Angelo Violante.
And what did you have most recently done here at AOSMI?
I had my left hip replaced, the full hip replacement.
And that was with?
Dr. Alan Nasar, the greatest guy. I gotta say that, so make him feel good. But 4 years ago, he performed the surgery on my right hip, and that came very, very well. Now, 4 years later, I have my left hip replaced, and I highly recommend him to anybody who has hip replacements.
Wonderful. Now, when you had your first hip replacement done, how did you feel about the surgery? Were you nervous, concerned?
No, not at all. Not at all, because a lot of people that I knew from the gym, where I work out in the gym, they come to him and Advanced Orthopedics, the group per se, all right? And they all had high regard for the group of doctors here. And I went to another second opinion specialist. It was okay, but I came back to Dr. Nasar. I liked him much better. He made me feel very comfortable, and his expertise to me was rewarding for me enough to let him do the surgery for me. And I never looked back after that. He was very good for me, very good for me.
And after your first surgery, did you feel better? Were you able to move around a lot better?
It probably took 2 weeks before I started feeling a little comfortable on my first surgery on that one. And after about 6 weeks, I was able to drive. 7 weeks, I was back to work. This is 4 weeks on my left hip, and this one here I think was a little more in depth. I think there was a lot more to be done this time here. But I came in with a good frame of mind. I made everybody laugh, but everybody come up like I'm making you smile and whatnot. And to me that's a positive. You could win with a very, very bad attitude. It's going to reflect on your surgery. That's what I feel, and especially the doctor, the surgeon who's doing it, the people in the OR room. So if you make things light and airy, it transcends back to you. So he said I'm doing well. I'm doing a lot of physical therapy, and even though it's very, very sore, but that's probably par for the course, is what he tells me.
And when did you decide that you were ready to have your other side of your hip done?
When it became unbearable. That's all I can say. When it became unbearable, I think I let it go a lot longer this time than I did the first time 4 years ago. Because where I work, I'm a night deli manager, and I love working there. And it was just tough to take off. But it got to a certain point where it was almost the last week of December where I just couldn't sustain myself any further. So I took off, and they were gracious enough to bump up my surgery, and I'm glad they did, because I was in excruciating pain. And now I'm getting by. So am I ready to go on Dancing with the Stars yet? I don't know. I'll see. I'll see what happens.
Are you able to move around a little bit better? I know you said it's stiff and it's a little painful.
It's stiff, yeah, right? But I could do all my physical therapy. I don't have a problem with it. But it's after that you have to ice. Anybody who gets surgery, you better make sure that you ice yourself down after that to alleviate some of the pain. So that's basically what it is. So any recommendations for Dr. Alan Nasar, go with him. Anybody.